everyone. Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, to Shades of Tartarus, Episode 2, our Lancer actual play. But I'm not the only one here. In fact, I'm last in the order. We're going to go around our table and have everyone introduce themselves, their characters, and answer an awkward question that our game master comes up with on the spot, as normal. So, Obi, go ahead and kick us off, fam.
All right. What is up? I am Obadiah. I will be your GM today, and thus I will be playing your victims, your villains, and everyone in between. And today, you wonderful, fresh-faced pilots, I would like to know what would your characters be doing while they were stuck in lockdown? What would be their horrible lockdown hobby? So, Nathan, you got for me.
Hello. I am the vocal equivalent of the Silhouette Challenge, Nathan Blades. It's a pleasure to see you all here once again. I am a tabletop RPG designer and streamer, and I will be playing Julian Tablanet, professional con artist and recent jail escapee. What I would probably be doing during lockdown is probably doing a wide variety of internet scams. I generally prefer to do my gigs in person, but bills must be paid, as it were. And it seems that actually there are a lot of foolish people on the internet, not including present company, of course.
It's up to me next. Hi, everybody. I'm Anna, also at Emiria941, most places on the internet. In this game, I play Ariadne Morgos, who is a mech pilot sniper that I really hope isn't going to instantly get killed at the start of this episode today, even though our fantastic GM has assured me it's mathematically impossible. The fear is real. What would Ari be doing during lockdown? I feel like she would have hopped on the sourdough train pretty early because nothing spells like good spy tactics, like every day working on making your loaf of sourdough until one day you make a loaf of uranium instead. And then you're just like, here, I got this for you. I
That
feel like
escalated quickly.
it's the sniper thing. It's like, oh, here comes just a normal person doing normal activities until suddenly, boom. So yeah, I feel like that's what she'd be doing.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Wally. You can find me on Twitter, Wally132 as always. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for the game. This game, I am playing Xavier Browning. I would say hired muscle, cleaner, enforcer, man of many talents. What would I be doing during lockdown? That is an excellent question. I've always enjoyed my personal time and space, but I think during that time I would have focused more on physical improvement just to make my work a little bit better. Morning calisthenics of exercising, push ups, sit ups, chin up bar work, just things to keep myself in a proper shape. But then also, I like to dabble in a little bit of ship and bottle making. That's the hobby I took up during this time. I like to make some ship and bottles. I like to throw off people. Now, I may look like a man who can and will choke you out, but I also like to show off I'm very delicate.
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World Bill on Twitter, Pope World Bill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. I get to play S. August Marlowe, an absolute horrible human being, and his lockdown time would be spent trying to learn how to do card tricks. Because, well, I mean, these are most definitely contraband. So, just gotta learn card games, card tricks, something to just, really work with the hands, and avoid work at all costs.
Well, hey everyone. My name's Val. Today I bring to you Nevaeh Russo. She is an engineer of mechs. She is our mech girl, the equivalent of a horse girl in this world. If she was in lockdown, I mean, I'd become like a TikTok star, of course. I'm like, what else would you do? And she would do like TikToks of like all of the craft projects that she would do. She would be famous for starting craft projects and not finishing them. I got bored. This is the next one. I wasn't good at it until she found one that she was good at, but it never happened because that's her shtick. Speaking of shticks or sticks, hey guys, this is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. For every 100 biddies that you gift the channel, anybody here can get a reroll out of that. So if we don't like that roll, we can be like, I'm gonna change it right now. We gotta keep the reroll, so it could be worse, but it also could be better. Anytime you subscribe to the channel, you can give any of us an auto crit success or add an accuracy dice to our roll. Very big advantages for us, including the Dungeon Master, or excuse me, Game Master, if that's what he so pleases. And of course, if you just donate money to us through Coffee or Streamlabs, there is a sliding scale of things you can make happen to the DM's discretion. The minimum is $3 on Coffee, so you start there and you can, I don't know. We haven't had anything crazy happen as a result of donations yet, so we'll see how. Nothing for me to compare it to, but that's it. That's us. That's all we're doing. So, Obi, it's your turn. Take us away, fam.
Well, so I need to take you all back to space. To be particular, the space around the asteroid Tartarus 616. Currently the scene of a sprawling firefight as the guards struggle to rein in the escaping prisoners because this is the worst prison, but it ain't the worst at keeping its prisoners under lock and key, and they have a reputation to uphold. Now it's round 3, and it's player turn. So who here would like to take next crack at getting out of here?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead.
I am currently engaged. I'd like to, and with the person I'm engaged with, I'd like to consume that lock-on that is on them and attempt to hack them, like to do
All
with
right.
Dade.
And I assume this is the guard who is currently surrounded, relatively?
Yes.
Yep.
$21.
That's a crit. So if you got any extra effects, note them. Otherwise, I assume attack signal.
So what we've got here is, since I do have the hacker talent, and I can consume the lock on. You get to choose. Does he take heat, or do I get to move him 3 spaces of my choosing?
Let's see.
Plus, I'm doing the invade action, which
He is
gives him
going
2
to
heat, and I'm going to give him impaired and slowed.
Okay. He is going to take the heat because he's pretty sure that if he moves, you're all home free.
Okay, so he takes 4 heat.
And
that's fine.
Is in the danger zone immediately. This isn't good. He's getting warnings inside. He's getting warnings inside his suddenly very sluggish systems. Not great.
I would like to invade again.
Overcharge?
No, I'm just doing a full hack action.
I see. Okay.
I have a reputation to uphold. I'd like to see
Okay.
him go critical,
Okay.
please. So we're going to do this again.
Yeah, the lock-on benefit is already gone
Yeah.
since you consumed it. Oh, wait a minute. He's still gone.
15.
And you get past his firewalls once more.
Take 2 more heat, please.
Really doesn't like how uncomfortable the temperatures are getting inside if his reactor gets much hotter. He's going up.
And then I'm going to move 4. And he can try and hit me while impaired.
He will. It's probably not going to go well for him, but he will.
He also has soft cover because of me.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong. There we go.
12 still
Does
hits.
Does a 6 hit your evasion?
6 does not hit my evasion.
And I suppose neither did he.
Okay, so that's it for me.
All right. Next up, we've got an enemy. You know what? You're very sluggish. Boy up here is he's going to move forward. He's going to try to help out. Namely, he's going to take a shot at Mr. Browning with his heavy assault rifle, already stoking a difficulty just from he is having to pilot raw, and despite the more salacious rumors, it's not a good time. It's never a good time. Does an 8 hit your evasion? You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Who are they attacking?
Mr.
Me.
Xavier.
Yeah, my evasion is 8. Yeah.
Okay, so that will be 6 kinetic.
Okay.
And this is going to use his next quick to lock on to Aria.
No! Why me?
And then one of the prisoner transports is going to get into the circle. This is great. This is great for them. This is going great. I'll keep it up there. You're absolutely 100%. They are covering their retreat fantastically. They love this player.
If I may. So just for those who are tuning in this time round and don't know necessarily what our mechs look like or do, Julian's mech is quite long and wiry, with bladed legs and a long flowing cape that is used to do astral cloaking in quite the literal sense. It is controlled by dancing in tandem with a hologram AI inside the cockpit, and Julian turns to the AI and goes, "Well, we've worked out how to move this thing, but it seems that our friends are under attack. What can we possibly do to make sure that they're safe?" And the AI, I'm not quite sure if it has necessarily a human face. It's humanoid, but I don't know whether it's necessarily one to have facial expression. But it gestures in a way, and one hand of the mech moves to the side, and out of the palm, a tiny gun drone latches onto part of the rock. Here, can I ping the map correctly? I can't because I'm on ruler.
Let's me.
Here.
Getting your drone out. Ping it one more time for me.
Haha. Basically, where the mech is standing. Yeah. And
Then let
behind some
me
cover.
let me go and give you control. You can freely wiggle that drone about. Should be good.
Yeah, I suppose it probably can move on its own, but it's not too necessary for it to move right now. Oh, also, I should probably mark that I'm like hidden or something,
Something.
because there we
It'd
go.
be.
There we go. Representation of the fact that we are cloaked. So with that drone laid down, and then it gets to act independently of me, Julian then takes her move action, moving 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And because you are infuriatingly hidden, you are never engaged, and I can't say, haha, you are stopped. This I just have to deal with this.
This is very intentional, yes.
So
So deploying the drone is a quick action, as I understand. So I get one
yes.
more quick action.
Mhm.
I am going to. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of move another 2 spaces and, 3 spaces and get using. I guess that's boost is the second mini move
Yes.
action. And now I am positioned immediately behind this robot that is starting to fail. And there I will lie in wait for the future.
Ominous. We've got one guard who is beginning to be left behind. They're going to first shoot at Navi, so hopefully locked on. I think they got immobilized last round, I do believe, so they can't move anywhere. Rude. But they will consume that lock on and get a whole 1 out of the accuracy, but does in 11 hit your evasion.
To me?
Navi.
Me?
Yes.
Yes, it does. I'm a 9.
Okay, so you will take 6 points of kinetic damage.
Okay. So HP, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Get the calculator up. Still up.
First, uh, his turn ends.
All right. I'll do something.
Go ahead.
If I can. All right. So I saw that Marlo just pretty much went to town and hacked away at this thing. And I see it's now looking all sluggish. It's looking very slow right now. And I'm like chuckling to myself, like, all right, Marlo, you set him up. I'll knock him down. And he turns towards that one mech that he was hacking, that he hacked and is now just floating there looking all sluggish. And as he turns around, he reaches behind the mech reaches behind his back and pulls out this this stick that's about, if like for a human size, be 1 foot long, and he grabs it. And as soon as both arms grab it, you see these electric lights like trail down Xavier's suit inside of the cockpit. So also those who were here last week, Xavier uses a kind of trace system called the T-Link system, where his movements are equal up to the robot's movements. And as soon as the robot grabs that handle, inside the cockpit, you see this metallic rod just float down from above that's attached to a cable, and he holds onto it, and a sword blade extends up out of the hilt of the metallic rod he's holding, and it's reflected outside with the robot he's holding now. The robot is now holding this sword that's as big as it is, and he then taps himself on the comms and say, "Don't worry, I am not overcompensating either." And then he takes a swing at the one right in front of him. So that would be my heavy charged blade.
Go away.
Ooh, that's an 18 on the dice, plus 6. That's an 18. I mean 21.
That's a crit. So roll your damage dice twice, take the best, and activate any crit effects you might have.
That's 6 in total. Because I got bad rolls. That is 6 in total, and actually the accuracy would have been a lot higher because of my Vanguard ability that I get +1 to all of my any rolls using CPQ's close quarters combat weapon.
CQB is a very specific tag.
Oh, it is?
Melee
Okay.
weapons do not have it.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, still, regardless. Yeah, that's all I can do. That's the only thing I can do is that I attack with that weapon, dealing
Luckily, he does still have his reaction, and assaults are renowned for their durability. So what he's going to do is he's going to hunker down, granting him resistance to that tag damage.
May I actually slide swoosh right on in there, because I think this activates a trap that I have laid. This successful attack made by Xavier. The turret drone that I laid down has a turret attack ability. Its trigger is an allied character within range of 10 of a turret drone makes a successful attack, to which I do believe Xavier just did. So would you mind pinging on the map who you just attacked for me, please?
The one that I just attacked is this one right there.
Yeah. Thought so. Just confirming. And just making sure that I'm within 10. 6 hexes, hell yeah. So I think the drone is going to make incredibly loud covering fire at this unit here, and it makes very loud to do about it. Considering they know that 5 robots have escaped, 5 lancers have escaped, and they have only seen 4.
It's the heat of battle, and the ones they've seen have been plenty annoying, and now they're getting shot in the back and some kind of something.
So that might be the hidden one. That might be the one that we haven't seen yet. Maybe, depending on how smart they are. I need to double check the actual stats of rolling damage with this thing, because CompCon is not being super clear about that. Give me just a second.
Sure.
Oh, it just says the turret drone throws 3 kinetic damage to their target as long as it has line of sight. So I don't need to roll. It just pings. Not the one that was attacked, but this one here. Since it's in the way, it probably hits that first anyway.
Lines of sight are not that specifically blocked.
Okay, that was going to be my question too, because as a sniper person in the party, I was like, hold on. Am I useless here? Okay.
Generally, to block lines of sight to that degree, you need to be... Actually, I think even if you're a size category bigger, you only count as soft cover for things. And certainly they are not that.
Narrative established, big effing wall to be out of line of sight and similar. Makes sense. Okay, cool. But in that case, if I am actually able to ping the friend over here, if that additional 3 damage tips them over the edge, I will absolutely take that.
It doesn't. It's 3 damage. So relatively speaking, it's damage on a different track. His armor's holding up decently, all right. The reactor is what's about to cook over.
Fair enough. We take those. Anyway, that is my activated trap activated, so I will now recede into the background once more.
Nice.
Relative to the turn that was been officially interrupted, how far along are we? Do you still have actions to take?
I can still move though, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move. Actually, no, I'm not gonna move. Because I got to make sure my teammates are doing fine against this thing. So, no. Xavier's standing there, holding his ground.
Well, all right then. Next enemy. Okay, this one is move 3 and 4 doesn't really like the distance. The fact that Marlowe's got most of a clean run, cannot quite move far enough to catch. But, oh, wait a minute. No, it's fine. You don't provide engagement to them either. Can move right past you because he doesn't know you're there and you're not revealing yourself. So you can fly on through, consume the locked on Marlowe, offsetting all this discomfort from having a compromised suit. Roll his attack raw. Does a 12 hit your evasion?
12 hits.
Take 6 kinetic damage.
Still a brace.
Take 3 kinetic damage. And note that you are now slowed and can only take a single quick on your next turn.
Could I follow up to that if the enemy is done taking their actions?
Real quick, a
Oh right, the prisoners.
prisoners going to fly through, get inside the circle, and a minor update last week. As the battle goes on, you realize that actually your the plan of escape relative to getting into this zone of space is actually much simpler. You realize that once everybody's about here, you can actually manage to escape the gravity well of Tartarus on your own time. Basically on your own time. And since Tartarus is so big and so ponderous, the effort of turning around to chase you would be just bad enough that effectively you'd have more than enough time to mount this mysterious, probably helpful ship in the distance and get away.
Yes, it's that probably that I'm a little bit worried about, but you know what?
Well, hey, I mean, if you really want to not do that, sure, I can roll with that punch. But yes, their turns over.
Cool.
That's the last enemy moving. It'll be 2 player turns only, interrupted by another prisoner.
So I'd like to follow that up, if I may. I have a quick question here. I have a weapon that my anti-material rifle says that it is a heavy rifle, but it isn't super heavy. So does that mean I attack with a barrage, or I just attack 2 times when I take that action?
With a heavy weapon, you can skirmish normally with a heavy weapon, whereas with super heavy weapons, you are only able to use them while barraging. You cannot skirmish with them at all.
Gotcha.
If you do barrage, you do attack twice, but you have to attack with a different mount for each attack.
You know what? I think I'd actually like to do that. So I'll barrage. Let's see. Yeah, one's with the anti-material rifle and one's with the thermal. So again, for people that weren't here last week, Ares mech has kind of a pyramidal prism thing coming out of like where the face would be. So at this point does the whole like draws the rifle, and then that like face thing is what she uses as the scope for it, because you know, she doesn't have that level of processing power the same way that a mech does, but you know, this is fun science fiction-y stuff. So I would like to barrage first at the this one here that had just gone after Marlowe.
Of course.
So it is just a d20. It does say attacks made with this weapon receive +1 accuracy.
Then they do.
So that's
Mhm.
a plus a d6. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god, I rolled a natural 20.
Yes!
All right, that's
Finally!
that's a crit. If you've got the brutal talent, deal maximum damage. Else, roll damage twice. Take the best.
I do not have that talent, but what I do have are these dice that are usually good to me. Oh, sweet. So that's going to be a total of 10 armor piercing damage.
Oof, ouch. Oof, oof.
Yep.
Very mercifully for him, hunkered down, actually provides resistance, and he's hella gonna do that because geez, the 2/3 of his armor coming off isn't
Cool.
fun.
And then I guess second part of the barrage would be to fire with the thermal rifle, which is also an armor piercing weapon. That's a 19.
That also an hit.
Amazing. A D3 plus 2. That's only going to be 3 points of damage that time, but it is armor piercing.
Ouch.
Yup. Yeah, that heavy rifle is my favorite thing about this mech. It is a temperamental beast that takes time to reload, but it will wreck you.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I believe I have movement too.
Yes.
Okay, and my movement is 5, or my speed is 5. Just gonna pop myself over here.
All right. One of the prisoners. Oh, and okay. Turn over.
Yeah.
One
Yes.
prisoner's moves and last player slot.
All right. So, hey everyone. For those who don't know from last time, I actually have the same mech as my bestie Ari. Like, with a couple of modifications. One, Nevaeh definitely has a chair that she incorrectly sits in, and pushes a lot of buttons. So there's that. So seeing Aries just like, yo, here's my gun, I'm be like, that sounds like a great idea. And I'm gonna actually, since we have like this guy kind of in the way almost, I'm gonna go ahead and do a full action attack with my rifle as well. My anti-material rifle. So it's D20 plus accuracy.
Yep, so D20 plus D6.
Yeah. It's armor piercing, loading, ordnance, all that great stuff. Ooh. Okay. Probably didn't do as well.
Well, let's hear it.
An 11.
That does hit his evasion.
Okay. So, is the damage 2d6, right?
Correct.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll my damage for chat. See? For 7 on that one.
His armor is just barely holding together. You got a second attack on a different mount.
Yes, I do. And I think with that one, I have to look. Wait, my map's over here. Sorry. I have so many screens. Can I move before I do my second attack?
Yes, as long as you've got move available, and as long as the weapon, and as long as the next weapon you are firing is not ordnance.
Let's see if it is.
Yeah, because like my heavy anti-material rifle, you have to fire it before moving. You can't do it afterwards.
Yep. How do you know if something is ordnance?
It will say in its list of qualities.
Okay, let's open it. It
one
says,
of the tags.
It says range, blast, and explosive. So, no. So what I will do is I will move my 4 to here. And I believe that puts him in range. Sorry. Measure ritual. Yes, that puts him in range of my, like, as I, like, shoot my rifle and just, like, burst over, all of a sudden, just, like, from the sides of my mech, just, whoop, whoop, missile racks, and just barrages him with missiles.
You mentioned you mentioned the blast quality.
Uh-oh.
What radius is that blast?
What ray? 1.
Okay. On which ping which hex you are centering your attack on.
It could catch my friends. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. So if that's the case, I think, because I didn't know, I'm just going to retcon a little bit because I was here, right? Oh my god, please, roll 20, behave yourself. That's 2. Alright. I think instead, if I can get here, go through my ally, I will barrage this guy with missiles instead.
Do note, as you have become engaged, you will be taking a difficulty to your attack.
Cool. I would like to use my gifted accuracy on it to cancel it.
Okay. Then just roll that d20 straight.
Cool beans. It's a 17, my friend.
That will hit the armor. What's that damage?
1d3 plus 1. So 2.
That hurt.
So, for 2 on that one. And I believe, I don't get a quick action because I did a full action, right?
Correct.
Gotcha. Alright, cool. I am done.
Okay. Top of the, well, okay, to be clear, every player has moved this round, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then top of the next round, because it's an even round, enemies get to go first. And this kind of okay guard who has been mostly passed up by this ongoing battle, and they see this drone, they realize it's not moving. That's real weird for that's a drone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is? So what they're going to do is they're going to move 3, and they're going to search, which is a quick action to attempt to find a player. To attempt to find a hidden thing, based on however where they last saw. It's based on what they knew, and infuriatingly, Julian, the last time they saw you, you were over here. They're going to roll. Success will tell them that, in fact, if they succeed, that you are definitely not there. And actually, they did succeed. They know you're not there. It's great. This is great. That was a great spend of a quick action. They know that. They definitely know that. Next up, they're going to take another shot at Marlowe because you are out there relatively exposed. Maybe, just maybe, they can bring at least one of you monsters down. And they crit, which means nothing for you. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just take another 6 kinetic damage.
Who is that?
Marlowe.
Okay.
Okay, so that goes through my first structure.
Okay. Then roll a d6.
6.
Okay, I'm going to check the table real quick because I've not memorized that table yet. That's a glancing blow. Emergency systems kick in and stabilize your mech, but you are impaired until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
And they are going to hoot and holler because they finally got a real solid hit on one of you filthy cons. And that's going to be the end of his turn.
Not for nothing, but these are probably the worst guards I've ever faced in my entire life.
That is entirely uncalled for.
You've seen nothing yet, Xavier.
I'm guessing that they're all like on vacation.
Vacation from life, maybe.
Like the good guards, the bad guards. I don't think It's It's
You know,
the
I'm
bad.
actually kind of glad that went over your head.
I would say they should maybe consider a union, but it's probably for the best that they're not organized in such a fashion.
I'll have you know that they work with a second union.
Oh, good.
Very.
Enough with trying to compliment or berate the fascists. We're getting shot at.
Indeed.
Coming from inside the mech titled the Beast of Burden, or Bob, which is this heavy looking mech with a mech grade shotgun, missile racks, and a odd little device along the left arm. It definitely looks like it could be a lightsaber. And two side pods along the hips that are Nexus hives.
Oh dear.
Inside, it's just a series of keyboards all set up, multiple monitors. It's got a sound system blasting Verdi's Desiree. And then there's just like flashing like structure damage close to having a hull breach, as Marlo's just like, yeah, this is precisely where things have gone and what to expect. Now, with the impaired condition, that just affects accuracy, correct? Or does it affect?
Correct. Basically, you have a difficulty to all rolls you make until the condition is cleared.
Cool. So first gonna move.
Understandable.
Because that seems wise.
Note, for the record, that does count as inside the box, but just X is B.
Okay, that's inside the box. That's all I need to know. Then let's see here. Are you still in range?
You, yeah. Probably. If you're looking at a center's range, it should be 10. On Everest.
On our already heated up friend here,
Extra toasty.
we are going to try and hack. I'm going to use the donated accuracy on this to cancel out the difficulty.
Okay.
Or to help mitigate the difficulty, because is that difficulty die, or is that
yes, difficulty die.
Okay, so we'll cancel that out. 18.
That's much greater than his E defense. So
take 2 more heat. Also continue the impaired and slowed.
Yep, his reactor goes up, and because he's not a special boss man, that means that his reactor do just go up. Therefore, what we're going to check. Well, actually, yeah. Okay. So what's going to happen next turn is reactor meltdown. It's basically it's going critical. Uh, you know that at the end of two turns, including like starting from right now. So basically, you've got this, and then you've got uh, one more of like his turns after that. Basically, gonna go up. It's not gonna be a huge explosion. Just about.
The stabilized fusion reaction usually doesn't go wide, it just goes up.
It's just that, but like everything in that, it's gone. 46.
And it's also space up, which is like weirdly sideways because we're on a anyway, I'm not gonna go all physics, but it's gonna hurt.
And when I'm like 40 with 46, I actually might be able to kill you instantly. So if you want to let me have that opportunity, please just hang in there. It'll be great.
So just to confirm, it's
Yes.
this one that's about to explode?
Correct.
Ah.
The center.
So this one right here?
Mm-hmm.
That's an issue.
That is much of an issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. On the upshot, he is dead, and so he's not providing things like engagement or threat or anything like that. Can't do things.
So I have a quick mechanical question then.
Yes.
If we were to somehow kill it before it explodes, does that prevent the explosion from happening, or does that just make it explode faster?
Good question.
I'm going to say that it depends on what the stress, like the you're going to okay, here's what's going to happen if you do that. You're going to expose the reactor. I'll say that if you've got a quick action and a bit of luck with systems, you can stabilize it. Like obviously you are going to need to get through what armor remains, and in case you were not able to see the health bars, there's not much. It's not going to be hard to do that.
Yeah.
But if you do not succeed at stabilizing the reactor while attempting to, it's unless you catastrophically fail, it's not going to go up immediately, but it is still going to go up.
Right. There was something that I kind of wanted to do as my action that I will put on the table, because I think at this point we probably need to strategize here to stop doing things that would accidentally hurt other people. So Julian has what's the specific words? Let me make sure I get the words right, because that's important. Tactician. So I get bonus advantage on attacking enemies that are already engaged with other people, which is why I moved where I did, and I was going to be kind of like, "Hey Xavier, lean left," as I go and stab this thing in the back. But instead, it might be more of a slap shot to one side kind of deal. If we can move him out of the way, especially if he goes up after the next action.
It's not going to be that fast. Like when I say turns, I mean like basically where his turns are. There is now a countdown.
Right. So he would then need to act twice before it explodes.
So it's rounds of combat for him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's considerably less.
Okay. It was like two more turns between
this is
player turn and enemy turn. Boom.
No, this is not incredibly imminent.
Okay.
But if you don't,
it's just a death sentence.
Oh, okay.
It's not incredibly imminent, but we're all gonna die if we don't bug out of here as fast as we can.
Yeah, we just need to make sure it doesn't move close to anybody else, and we should be okay.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's super useful. Thank you for clarifying.
Yes.
I feel somewhat less panicked now.
I feel I feel a lot better. Yeah.
Okay, and for the Marlowe who set him off, you do only get the one quick action, so I think that's the end of your turn. Okay. Enemy turn is going to be his, because the pilot's not dead. And you hear like over the open channel, just please don't kill me, just let me live. And you're going to see It's not going to engage his objectives because that's a little bit underwhelming. Instead, he's going to like manually climb himself out. We're not going to give him an icon because that's a little bit too fiddly.
Can
Just
can I talk to him? Since he just
Sure.
went on the open channel, said that.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, as soon as he says that, I speak over the open channel. I go, I understand y'all are just doing your job, but you're obviously can tell right at this point that you're highly outclassed. Tell your guys just to pull back, or at least, you do some a little bit of distraction work to get them off of our tails, and you'll all walk away out of this fine.
Yeah. Fun fact, ex-con. If we don't do everything we can to get you to take you in, we're fucking criminals. Not dying for you.
Well, it sounds like a personal problem to me. And he then pilots his robot around to right here.
Not
And
your
then,
turn. Not
it's
your
not my
turn
turn
yet.
yet? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what I'm doing with my turn then.
No, yeah. This is just like his. This is like his turn. But if you do want to be exceptionally hostile, like him, like trying to like move out here, like it took him a full action to like do all that clambering. So like, besides one half, does provoke an attack of opportunity if you've got anything with threat.
No, I'm actually just gonna let him like move out the way. Because like, look, I told him if he should just stand down. If he's not, he's not. But he knows it's gonna happen if he doesn't.
You definitely know like he has asked that he not be killed. Like basically, what he has asked is that he not be killed, since he is obviously not a threat to you, and he doesn't want to die.
I say to him like, well, you said it yourself. We're just a bunch of ex-cons. Killing is what we do. And he cuts the comm off with that guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's out there with his action. He's like kicks off the mech because he is not in he is not a lancer. He doesn't get your wonderful mobility. He is now over here. That's an enemy. That is his enemy turn. Reactor gets a little bit more critical. Next time would be his initiative slot. At the end of that, it's going up. And the most damaged prisoner gets away with enough time to now that they've had enough time like in the circle to get themselves out of there. Next player turn.
Then I will take my player turn. Since the guy exited his robot completely, I am just going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 right here because that's as far as I can move.
Oh, and what was your pathing to get to?
That's true. Yeah, I would like to move. I can't move through my enemy spaces, can I? And my ally spaces, can I?
You can move through. You can move through allied spaces, but if you enter a hex adjacent to an enemy, you become engaged and stop.
Okay, no, that's fine because that's what he's all about. He's all about moving into becoming engaged with folk. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll be right here.
Actually, you stopped right here because
Okay.
This hex is adjacent.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I am going to pretty much just attack this guy, letting them know, like, look, this is what we are going to do. If you try to stop us, we're going to stop you. And as my as a free action on the start of my turn, actually, can I use I'm gonna use the protocol project shield, and I nominate a character within line of sight. All range or melee attacks made against me now have +2 difficulty at the start until the start of my next turn.
Okay. Yep, use it.
So I'm gonna target this guy right here that I'm was moving into melee range with.
All right, let me slap an icon there. Oop. And also, I do believe Project Shield does have a heat cost, so take that.
Yeah, one heat
activating it.
Yes, 1 heat.
Yeah, good.
And then I'm going to attack with this, with my sword, my big old mech sword.
Swing away.
And nope, I rolled an 8.
I mean,
well, as it turns out, Their evasion 8 too. Roll damage.
All right. Ooh, 9 damage.
Nice.
Whew. It is a new round, so he can hunker down and just barely keep the armor intact. Just barely.
After, as soon as I like slam the sword into it and I like rip it away in like one of those cool anime flash moments, like he pulls away, you see like light flicker off the blade in space, and he twirls to the side and he then speaks over the comm again. And remember, that same threat goes to you too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and we're all in the same boat. We let you go. We're dead.
That doesn't sound like my problem. That sounds like yours.
Clear over the comms. If you don't disengage, it may be more than just your mechs that go critical. Know who you're dealing with. I can handle a few more red in my ledger.
Yeah, you could. Fucking scum. And the one who was talking, just you hear like the sound of like them cutting their comms.
And then I get free. How many quick actions do I get? Even though I attacked with my did a barrage with my sword, do I get two?
You get 2 quick actions or 1 full action. Once you use a quick action, unless you are overcharging or doing something else that like notes an exception, you cannot repeat that quick action.
Okay.
So like for instance,
but if I overcharge, I can attack again with my sword.
Yes, you can repeat a quick
Then
action.
I would like to overcharge.
Okay. Did you overcharge in the previous round?
I did not.
Okay. Yeah. Then just take 1 heat, but take a note. The next time you overcharge, you will take 1d3 heat.
Gotcha. Ooh, that is a 19.
That and hit again. Did you deal any damage, and just any damage at all?
The last time, yes.
No, I mean, will this attack deal just any damage? Any damage?
Oh yes, it will. Yeah.
Then they are going to die because they only had 1 hit, and even with resistance, they would still be taking a damage.
As when the robot dies, you don't hear him say it over the comm this time. He just goes, "I warned them. That's what you get for not listening to me." And he turns around to like look towards the other 2 that are off in the distance, in a sense of, this is what will happen if you don't disengage.
The mech is destroyed. Let me. No, it's not. It's not super relevant here. Yeah, the mech is just destroyed. But we're not going to leave them on the map because they are. I know if you want to be doing something with their big mech-weighted corpse, tell me and I'll.
No, I'm good.
I'll mess with that. But yeah, they're gone. They're dead. So the next initiative slot will be an enemy, and it has to be an enemy that can move. And it's going to be this guy who is pretty messed up, but doesn't want to let his buddy die in a horrible explosion that he might not be able to escape otherwise. So it's going to use a quick action to pick him up, and then they're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, get him the fuck out of there. And they're going to end their turn because they don't really want to be firing their gun while holding on to a squishy person who might die. Then another prisoner is going to get the hell out of here. Player.
I can go.
You can go.
So I would like to spend my first quick action to reload my giant.
That's a stabilize action. Stabilize is a full.
The reload is?
There is no reload quick action.
Oh, mechs can reload with stabilize in some systems. Never mind then. I would not like to do that. I would like to say over the open channels You heard the man. Let's get out of here. Just leave him and go. And at that point, the mech's sort of like weird dinosaur-y chicken legs come out, and I would like to boost twice so I can go.
So you're gonna overcharge for that second boost.
No, I have a my protocol is that I can boost once per thingy as a free action.
Scenario.
That doesn't override the only like it needs to specific overrides general, and since it doesn't mention that it overrides the
Gotcha.
Thing. Yeah.
So if I can get into here where I am right now, does that count? Like, am I good?
Yeah. As long as that was no more than 8, yeah.
Yeah, that was just my normal movement. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that as my normal movement, as my Baba Yaga mech house with the chicken legs runs away. Because all y'all are like, oh, we kill people, we do this. I don't really do that. The whole actually killing people on purpose is kind of new. So
that is the thing. That is the thing they don't believe. And the last man is not going to give up, but is not going to risk dying in a horrible explosion. So instead, they're just going to move out. They're going to give up searching for Julian because while they've got a better idea where to search, they still don't know, and they've got bigger fish to fry, as it were. Namely, vengeance. See if they can make this. Actually, they're going to lock on first, and then consume that lock on and attack you, Xavier. Can they hit it? Does an 18 hit your evasion? Take 6 kinetic damage.
I'm gonna hunker down.
Okay. Take 3 kinetic damage, and on your next turn, you will have no reactions and only 1 quick action.
Okay.
And that were both his quick actions. Next player.
If I may.
Of course.
Also, there are 2 things that we could do. One of them is a cool anime thing, but it's rule stretching, so I'll ask. Nevaeh and I are on either side of the robot about to go nuclear.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the idea of me contacting Nevaeh on comms and then asking if we can, like, you grab one arm, I grab the other, and then we swing the robot, basically. Probably now, because this dude has moved over here this way. Oh, gosh, ruler mode. Moving them this way.
Yeah,
okay.
do we wanna yeet this guy? Is that what we wanna do?
But there isn't really like teamwork roles in this game, as far as I'm aware, which is why I'm asking.
No, we're gonna be going off into new territory for this, but I'm down, especially since like Nevaeh hasn't like moved this round, so I think this is definitely like, you know, you're ready and attentive enough to do this thing. So what I'm gonna say is I'll need you both to roll an attack. Like this is like they're not resisting at all. But roll an attack.
Cool. I'm a melee robot,
as if melee. So she got like relevant talents. Like I'll say that this big unresisting mech is basically, relatively speaking, a heavy / super heavy melee weapon. So like, you know, apply any relevant talents you have there. Like, and basically to get it to the hex you want it to, you need to get a 10 plus.
Okay.
If one of you fails, it's going to go off in a random direction by 1 hex. If both of you fail, it's going off by 2.
Well, buddy, I
Okay,
nat
okay.
20'd, so
You've already rolled. Cool.
I did.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'll roll 2. Making sure that I've got the roll 20 mechanics down for this. Is that,
You got
is
it.
that
You got it.
right?
You got
Is
it.
that a thing?
About
With the one accuracy, that seems like a number to me. Yeah. Cool. To do this within fiction, very briefly, because we've got to be able to talk over comms to do this.
Absolutely, I have the ability in my comms to do it, so it's great.
Julian messages Marlowe. Actually, it's open. I think it's like an open channel between all of us because we set that up when we made the max. But she's like, Marlowe, how long until that one goes nuclear?
God, maybe 30 seconds.
That's just enough time. Navaya, work with me here.
Oh, hi, Julian. Yeah, what do you need?
Grab that one's arm, swing backwards and swing forwards in 3, 2, 1.
Grab, caress his arm, swing.
Wow.
There is a simultaneous picture-in-picture pirouette as Julian spins around with the AI, and the mechs in perfect unison fling the thing over there. Possibly to have it then blow up when our turns end.
As a matter of fact, this guy who thought he was being nice and intelligent, he doesn't have another turn, and I have been delaying this explosion specifically that I wouldn't have to feel bad if I actually managed to catch any of you in it. But he's the last enemy, so hits to 0, 4d6, and I'll roll it in the open. I suppose it's technically possible, and
16.
Ooh, that could have
damage.
That would have
Luckily-
taken me down.
luckily, absolutely miraculous for this guard, still has the reaction, can hunker down, will survive.
Ooh,
Good.
buddy.
Perfect.
He's
That's, to
hurting.
be honest, the best outcome.
Yeah.
Really hurting. And if you perhaps thought that maybe these guards, how you say, did not respect you, you think perhaps
Oh.
that might not have helped you.
It's okay. I would rather be feared than respected by these people.
What is the thing that we're kind of standing on top of in the fiction? Is this like cells and shit, or is this like something else?
Yeah, like these are like, extensions built on, like, you're pretty sure that these are like where a lot of cell blocks are, perhaps a couple of guard stations.
Yeah, part of me was, which Julian is, and we'll discuss it later. It was like, I want to move the nuclear robot away from where there are a bunch of people. And in the grand scheme of things, clipping the end of it is better than having it go off here and kill everyone.
Yeah, but by the way, like, there's debris. Like, this was not the kind of almighty explosion that just leaves nothing behind. But like, if anyone was in here, they're gone now.
Oh, sure, but it would have been way worse if we didn't move it, and that's the important thing in the grand scheme of things. Can't save them all, but you do your best. Do we have move actions within this, or is that kind of big swing maneuver?
You still got your move, but I will say, like, that was involved enough that you will only have your you've only got your move action, and Navai, on your turn, you've only got your move action, plus whatever overcharge you can make.
Yeah.
In that case, I will move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my turn.
And overcharging would have me be able to move more, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna end up doing. As like we are done with the swing and Julian is going away. That was so smart of you. I am thoroughly impressed.
You're a good team player, Navaya. Let's work together in the
always,
future.
absolutely. So yeah, I should have enough movement to get to with 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, excuse me. 8. There we go.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I think that's everybody's had a go. Round resets. Player first. There is still one left.
There's two
Yeah,
of you
yeah.
that are out of the box. So
Yeah.
After you, Xavier, I'm closer.
Oh, okay. Yes, I am going to turn around and pilot towards those boxes.
Oh, thank goodness.
And I can't overcharge, so I can't move again.
All right. One last guy. He's going to take a quick action to like get his buddy inside safely, and he's not. He's not. You get the distinct impression like this is very half-hearted. That's why he's not even going to move his full movement. But like he's got a job to do. He's got to try. Gonna take some pot shots at Xavier. You're looking nice and relatively beat up. Actually, let me double check. Let me double check. Nope, the killer's in range, and frankly, he'd like it very much if you were dead. So he's going to take a roll. He's still deeply impaired. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that 5 doesn't hit your evasion.
Does not.
Yeah, but it is reliable. So, I used the wrong name. Marlowe take 2 kinetic damage from reliable 2, and that's going to be the end of his turn. It's all players from here.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
I,
move to the box.
just gonna move out of here.
In the box, you are also in the box. Mission objective met. You are all able to like basically like kick busters on without meaningful opposition, like like a couple of token shots that go there that are not even able to like catch up with you as you like accelerate away out of this like out of the gravity of this thing. Uh, you can start like moving towards that distant ship, and we're gonna move over to the next map, but like combat complete, out of combat time. Uh, do keep track of where. Actually, never mind, never mind. You'll be getting a full repair after this anyway, so don't worry too much about that. Let me actually move.
as we're floating away together, all of you have, because Nevaeh installed tiny little speakers inside of all of your mechs, just they kind of pop out on the little arm, and Dispatchio 2 starts to play. Like, as our victory song.
Yeah, I think in a moment of kind of dancing like nobody's watching, in a very literal sense, Julian has a fun little dance to Despacito 2 with the crew AI, and you actually see the full mech do just vibe a little bit.
Yeah, same, except it's more like the chicken dance, given the fact that the mech looks distinctly chicken-like and is just sort of waddling back and forth from side to side. It's also damaged, so it's just sort of like a slightly broken chicken dance, like a chicken dance, but your arms are broken and your ankles are sprained, so it's not very pretty.
I'll fix that, don't worry.
I didn't even structure you twice. What are you whining about? Yeah, anyway, you come up on destination, and now that you see it, as far as ships go, this one's fine. You know, the solid C minus. You're not you don't need to see this one after class. Like your armor is painted. It's painted a drab maroon. The armor's been scored away, and like paint's been scored away in a few places by seems mostly like debris impacts. It's probably not a pirate ship. You'd expect a lot more battle damage and patching if that was the case. So you got that, and then like you all receive hail on the open channel. Yeah, all right, all of you listen up. I'm in charge here. Name's Irons. We can I'll pick you. Only picking you up the cargo bay, uh, aft end of the ship. Catapults are open, two at a time. We'll have more details once you come inside. Yeah, and don't worry about your extras there. We got space for them too.
Oh,
Thank you, Captain Irons.
Yeah,
Much
yeah, yeah.
appreciated for the rescue.
Thank you very much.
Mm, thanks.
Right. And yeah, you like everyone does that, and like once you get to the interior of the ship, you find it's relatively speaking in better shape. You see a lot of like drones, like small drone, like it's like small like drones, like service drones moving about, taking care of everything. It seems that this ship is crewed. You presume like you haven't you like you've just got inside like beyond a like literally like a couple of engineers standing at like various points inside, watching you all and like taking notes of stuff. You don't imagine there's like maybe more than like a couple dozen general crew on this ship probably, and even most of those are they probably spend more of their time maintaining the things that are maintaining the ship than like doing vital tasks. Uh, and you see and like on top of like you see also like prisoners milling about, like maybe a few people like come to chat with you, and we're gonna be going into a very like a much more relaxed like scene and mood here. So since it's not like we don't have nearly as much to need to get through. So I'm gonna call a quick 5-10 minute break. That sound good for everybody?
Yeah.
Works for me.
Okay. And we will be going on break here. Everybody wave as you all go on break.
Yeah, sometimes past you've perhaps reintroduced yourself to a couple friends, maybe clapped a couple prisoners on the back for making that alive, commiserated for the fallen, and now you and a an agreed upon representative of the assorted prisoners here. Uh, some or perhaps all of you will recognize him as Smokey, and just Smokey. Uh, he's got he's got the voice and the face of an experienced chain smoker. He asked. He smoked for 2.5 decades before lockup made him quit, and it's been another 2.5 decades since. So he's weathered, but he's pretty popular. Like an armchair politico. So if you enjoy debating, he'll get with you on most any kind of theory, philosophy, what have you. And he's even actually kind of popular within the prison because he is reliable, he's neutral, and when you're in his good books, make sure you know that you make sure you know when things are coming. Like if somebody's on the warpath, he'll tell you their patrol route so you can know to keep clean. If they're doing a random sweep, yeah, every so often you get warnings to hide and get ahead of time. You know, Smokey's good. Smokey's reliable. Smokey's good. And of course, you've got Titans, who is you see it like as he's standing across from everybody, you see him adjust a little bit the big jacket that he's wearing on his shoulders because he's he's definitely doing wearing his jacket like that for the clout, but it's doesn't doesn't quite fit. It's not quite big enough. His shoulders aren't quite shaped right for it, so it wants to slip off as he's talking and moving. And he's got but he's not putting his arms through both sleeves. He's not putting his arms through both sleeves. He's not.
It's just hanging on his shoulders.
Yes.
Okay.
Is Captain Irons actually like 3 kids in a trench coat?
Because that's the vibe. Game that Captain Irons is a lot shorter than he's trying to let himself on to be.
Yeah, like I'll roll for this if I have to,
I'm
but
with it.
I greatly desire to know.
If you would like to roll dice to determine if there is something particular that Captain Irons is trying to hide from you, sure.
You know what, Mech Master? I would like to investigate.
That's my name now. That's my name. That's no looking back.
Yes, Mech Master.
I think investigate is. Well, it could be investigate or spot, but it's the same either way. So, oh shit, that's Snake Eyes. So I rolled a 4. So I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm just kind of like, there's something not right about this.
Whatever.
And then instead I go, I think maybe you should consider seeing a tailor. That jacket will fit you better if you get like the sleeves adjusted for your arms.
Like you kind of like
you know, like sewing a tailor makes your clothes fit really good and everything.
I like it. Yeah.
I mean, it's a look. It's a look. It's an aesthetic. So yeah. You have better clothes for the rest of us, right?
I like my clothes.
You're in a prison uniform.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, if that is
also your
aesthetic,
you are.
But I mean, if that's also your aesthetic, that's fine too. It's not mine.
Lady, you got the clothes on. You got the clothes on your back. You want more? Maybe some of the staff can spare some work uniforms if you ask nicely. Uh, but guessing that's not what you're looking for. You want that? You're gonna have to get it yourself. And we ain't got tailors around here.
Okay,
But
and you just see her like take her prison uniform and like tie a knot in it 90s style to make a makeshift crop top. Okay,
Something to look forward to in the future, Nevada.
it's true. Cuffs her
Really,
pants.
really,
Like-
really old school look. Maybe we can find you a scrunchie. I've read about those.
That's right.
I didn't even think they made those anymore.
I don't know. Like, I don't like to put my hair up most of the time, just because like when you take it down, like you get like.
I read in this book, pulls out the library book about the history of the 5,000 years old culture of the 90s that I stole from the prison library. I read in this book that some people just wear the scrunchies on their arms like a fashion accessory
like a
thing, like bracelets. Yeah.
Bracelet.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's for your hair, but it's also not, but it was also like 5,000 years ago, so I'm pretty sure that you could just nobody will know except for me, but I won't tell on you.
I appreciate
Always new again, they
antiquity,
say.
but where are we headed, Captain?
That was my
Yeah.
question, actually. Also, where exactly are we sending this tanker?
Fashion was way more important, but okay.
And-
This France port is that's part of what I called you in for, because you see, kinda, and then like on like the view screen behind him, like pops on, and a face that Navaya, you recognize. Nobody else has seen this fellow before. Navaya, but before you all, and he will introduce himself in a definitely faked accent as I am Sira Gamble, and
You don't need to spell
Oh!
that, like in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't worry. I'm gonna drop that. I'm actually gonna drop that in Twitch chat. So for the idly curious, that
And
everybody
it's
can,
very much a fake accent, right?
yeah, it's 100% fake. Like,
As soon as that fake accent hit, I kind of like glance over at Julian in a way.
Hold on. Hold on. You're from that one bar on that one moon you made out with my friend Kristen?
Speaking of that face you see, it's you might call it a technical marvel because it looks like it's all plastic, like 100% like plastic. Like you can see like a little bit like past his neck, like you can see like more conventional skin.
I see you got more work done.
Oh no, he's always looked like this. He's always looked like
Oh,
this.
as smooth as ever.
And and to describe the effect more, for those of you like inclined to like some of the minutia of cybernetics, you know that like in order to be able to like achieve that see-through effect, um, as if there is as if it's like he actually has a transparent face. Like in order to do that, that actually requires like like enough electronics for it to support a subdermal AI, as well as like enough conductors, insulators, and like again like more subdermal screens to actually project like to dynamically project and respond to dynamically project an image of what is behind him and facing in various directions, so that the illusion doesn't go away.
Like out of character question, just because
Yes.
unfamiliar with. How common is this? Like, are there just like this seems like it's pretty out of the blue, but also we fight in giant mechs. So like relative to we fight in giant mechs, how surprising is this? Very
you
surprising.
Don't see people like this. Like
okay.
Even, like this was incredibly expensive, and depending on what your feelings are about looking at it, you're not sure what it's supposed to do, because it's not this isn't serving a need.
This
And like
is...
and if he had some like horrific accident in the past, this is not medicine would not do this.
No, this is more than that. This sounds like somebody who has an entire brain case. Like,
yeah,
this is somebody
this was a choice.
It's making me kind of dizzy, but also I really like that cloaking technology a lot.
Julian thinks it's fucking cool. I mean,
yes,
you would figure that 5,000 years in the future, and people would have kind of embraced the ability to look like they want what they want to look like. So hell yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
No, I'm here for it. I'm just
Yeah.
like, whoa! You suddenly became like mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, disorientation a little bit.
Christy was into that.
Sorry.
Yes, and additionally, Neva, you know that like beyond like that incident, like this, I'll say, like, you were, relatively speaking, you were C-list. Like, you know, you had your following, and
Yeah.
and like in particular, you were very good at networking. So you got yourself a lot of places, and some of those places included the parties that Sir Gamble Grin threw. And when you were at his parties, you were at some of the most expensive, with some of the richest people, and some of the shadiest motherfuckers you knew that you did not want to know.
Oh yeah, the space accuser up there is awful. However, you give them actual like 1,000-year-old Earth sake and they're fine.
You don't know what he did, and on like on the rare occasions that you talked to him, never got never got like the kind of answer stuck that stuck out in your memory. Just And you feel like that, and you're pretty sure that was on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what you know about him. You know he knows fame. You know he makes money. You could probably infer it's not pleasant.
Yeah. That's what
Nice.
Christy said.
Yeah. Now, I would like to make you an offer about your destination. For you see, uh, well, of course, I should begin. You're welcome for the escape, and
Hey.
for the fact that the Satcom is not sending a detachment or three of lancers to be rid of you. Uh, Certainly, but of course, I'm not under the illusion that I can demand your service. So instead, I would like to make you a very profitable offer. For you see, on the planet, well, we see the Zeusan system, and Leviathan, you'll again recognize that's where you were arrested.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh, they play
Yeah.
hard there.
You see, his his eyes, like the way the effect is, like it doesn't like include his eyes. Like you can like focus on them, like and like still see eyes. And mercifully, like the way the cameras work, like you don't get like the odd shot of the underside of an eyeball or anything like that. But like so instead it's just kind of two and a half. It's just if you're inclined to stare into his eyes, it is distracting and uncomfortable, and you want to look away. And
I am 100% imagining a translucent mirror phasmophobia character model for this person. When you said you can't see the view from under the eyes, I'm just like, here comes a specific look in my head, and I. Mm, mm.
mission complete. Yes, and the core world Zabi 6. They're going through a little bit of political unrest. Understandable, obviously. The galaxy's been at war for quite some time now, as I'm sure you are aware. Well, I'd like you to once you make your way inside, once you get yourselves inside, I'll handle delays, make sure that again, you're not you don't jump into an ambush or a detachment of 5 Union lancers, of course. Again, no need to thank me. Uh, and I'd like you to well, 2 parts. First, destroy the Omni Hook, and at that, like when he says that, you notice Irons, who is like kind of been affecting to ignore this, like have it turned around, like it's like looking like staring off into like the middle distance somewhere. Uh, you notice him like go like stiff, and perhaps, and the reason that might be is again, as kind of thing that you would all more or less be aware of at least, so you don't have to roll for this or anything like that. Omni hooks, like especially like the sort of Omni hook he is Gamble is undoubtedly referring to. That's that's basically like a system's connection to the galaxy at large. That goes away, like until it's rebuilt, and until like somebody from like elsewhere like arrives to check out what the fuck is going on. It's all like that galaxy, like that system, that space. Like from an information perspective, it might as well have disappeared. Anything can happen, and like it'll take, and like it could take, like it's like like maybe like days, weeks, or even like years before in of space before anybody can possibly know. And he's not finished talking. And additionally, afterwards, I'll of course, this will be provided, by contact around the time that you make landfall, as it were. I'd like you to you paint a little bit, play a little game of dress up as a union, and just kill Bettis, Steph, kill Bettis Stevens. Navaya, you will recognize as the head of government.
Could you say the name again?
Bettis Stevens.
Thanks.
Bettis Stevens or Varys? Sorry.
Let me drop this name here in chat again.
Let us type as Varys Stevens. All right, thank you. I'm like, oh.
And then after that, you don't feel the need to. Unless you, because after approximately perhaps probably be another 2 to 3 weeks or so that you've got time to get all that done. Because after that happens, the reinforcements the Union will have undoubtedly sent will arrive and in force. So unless you favor your odds against that, probably leave.
Out of character question.
Yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead.
out of character question. Is Barris Stevens related to the baby that I kidnapped?
I knew this was coming back.
Ferris Stevens made a lot. Made a few speeches like related to that. You certainly know that, at least publicly speaking, highly in favor of getting you sent where you ended up. As far as like relations go, like you you think that like way back when, you think that if you had like worked all of your connections, like you probably could have gotten invited to like a soiree or a party. Like you think you could have like gotten to see the guy or gotten to see like his wife or family. You think that could have been in the cards.
So...
You've never personally spoken to him.
He's not related to the baby I kidnapped. All right. Barris. You want us to kill him? Like, do you want us to make him like dead, or just make
There's
him
only one kind of
disappear?
kill, Nevaeh.
Sometimes
Yeah,
people are dead, but they're not dead. Like they just
Well, those are
disappear.
just that's called relocation.
Or,
That's what they
you
mean
know,
by that. That just means we
I mean,
not kill him, but make a show of being killed. But it sounds like that
I mean,
our
rather
job
if you-
for this is to outright kill him.
yeah.
I mean, well, if you really wish to kidnap him, make sure nobody knows that he's alive in your custody, and I suppose I'll
That
consider
seems
that.
like a lot of extra. Seems like a lot of extra work. But
Do we
why
get
exactly do you want
paid?
us to kill him? Is what I would like to know.
Well, I don't think that's any of your business.
What is
being
our
compensated-
business?
You'll be compensated very well to do some work, and
I'm afraid you're going to have to maybe be a little bit more specific than being compensated very well.
Especially...
After all... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, especially if our other objective would be to destroy our only back door out of the system, in which you want us to carry out a very high-profile assassination. So,
especially after just getting out of prison.
I'll say out of character. An Omnihook, it's not like a physical link. Like you can still like travel out like through like hyperspace gates and like.
Okay.
You can still physically like leave the system more or less as quickly as you got in.
Okay.
Just information isn't going anywhere. Information is
Basically
going
kill the internet to what? Did you say that part of the
Yeah.
galaxy?
Essentially, yeah. Like you're making like informationally speaking, it can only go as fast as the fastest ship can, and it's a setting where like hyperspace across the galaxy is like still, weeks to months.
So, with that in mind, yes, you're going to have to be a lot more specific than say we'll be compensated very well, especially considering what we all collectively got in for was significantly lighter than galactic terrorism.
I suppose that's fair. You'll probably note. I'm sure Items will inform you shortly that he did come loaded down with enough authorizations, backdoors, and resources that he's still talking, and like he says, like in characterly, but out of characterly. All of you will be going up a license level like after this.
Okay.
But certainly working for me has benefits, not the least of which are my own contacts. I can certainly ensure that at least as long as you don't tip your own, at least as long as you don't tip your own hands, the Union will not know that it is you causing doing the work that you'll be doing.
Okay, time out. Except that, like, so we just escaped from a high-profile prison, right? Thank you. I am very much appreciative. I really am. I did not like it in there. The yogurt was warm. And So, but the guy that you want us to kill is also one of the reasons why I was in prison to begin with. So, is it really, like, he's gonna be maybe a little on edge because of that. Like, I mean, I don't personally want him dead. I think that's, like, really overboard, but this isn't, like, a personal thing for me. I could, whatever. But I'm just saying is that, like, the difficulty level of this, it's like, he gets in, like, he's probably not afraid of me. Never mind.
Well, you will be disguised, and certainly,
Oh,
I assumed your competence, but if you tell me that you're not capable, certainly,
I'm not
I suppose
saying that we're not capable. Like, clearly, like, we are very capable. I would just, like, what kind of disguises? Are we getting our hair done?
How do you mean? I mean, well, when I say that there is
Because
an
my roots
unrest,
definitely need a touch up. I've always kind of wanted, like, I'm like this natural brunette with, like, this, like, beach
Like
wave.
Xavier is staring at Nabil like you wonder how someone like wondering how the sky looks like in their world kind of thing.
okay, I will ask out of character. Like, are you asking him asking like a question about like indirectly, sort of in code, like about like how much. Like about how much resistance you're looking
No,
at.
there's no code about this. She really
Oh
is
no,
asking.
I
no,
think
you
it's
just-
Navia being Navia ass.
You just
Like-
smoothly shifted topic.
It's just
okay.
it's just her being her. She's actually it seems like she's just being honest with everything she's saying.
Yes, that's exactly
And like
what's
everyone
going
else is
on.
like, what is wrong with this poor child?
She's
Yeah, like,
she's
okay,
taking her
yes.
topics and concerns like one by one with actually getting anyone to respond to them, but like the disguise part is very important to her because her roots have not been done in like the 4 months she's been in prison.
I think Julian is now massaging her temples at this point. I think we're still moving. I think we're still kind of avoiding a very important topic. Navia, I'm surprised you're not taking this more seriously, considering this is part of the universe where you're from.
I am taking this incredibly seriously. That's why I was concerned about going there and like talking to this guy.
Considering you lived there in relative comfort, I'm sure, and you're being asked by somebody to essentially destroy the internet for your part of the universe for, at best, several weeks. Then sorry, I'm not quite done.
Okay.
Then to assassinate a union president, a union leader.
Military governor.
Right.
The head of the government.
Yeah.
To be
Sure.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has there been? I suppose. I suppose this is not part of the world that I am from. So I'm going to ask what is possibly a very naive question. But is there a particular problem with Barris Stevens?
Oh well, that'd certainly be much more.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking everybody else.
Okay, can I just like clarify something real quick? I'm not from there. I just got arrested there.
You really
Right.
got into prison on beginner's luck, didn't you?
Yeah, considering like how many places I've been and how many laws I've actually broken. Yeah.
Navia, I'm gonna ask
Unbelievable.
you a quick question. I'm gonna ask you a quick question, Navia.
Uh-huh.
I want you to be utterly honest about this.
Okay.
What is the worst thing you have done?
The worst thing that I've done other than accidentally kidnap a child? That's what got me into prison.
Oh boy.
You hear Campbell speak up like that. How do you feel about drugs?
About dragons or drugs? Like
No,
which
he's aiming the question like at Xavier, like how do you feel about drugs?
For my cell phone use?
Oh no, about usage of them.
Well, if people will use drugs and that's what they do, I am not one to. People say yuck someone's yay, but
Gamble has provided me with some of the cleanest cocaine.
I do pat myself on quality.
I don't partake in it myself. However, I have seen the
That was my
lengths people
that was my early teens though. I grew out from it.
that's probably for the best.
Oh,
That's
it's
for the
12,
best.
yeah.
It is for the best.
Oh God. Oh, it just gets.
Oh.
Face darkened. Julian turns to Marlowe very briefly. Marlowe, maybe you're going to maybe take this seriously for at least 30 seconds. Considering I know what you kind of got into jail on, how does this rate in terms of your personal scale of morality and tasks? I suppose this is just one more body for you.
Assassination usually requires there to be an impetus for removal. It also leaves a vacuum. Power hates a vacuum. I
Exactly.
like details. Also, I'm questioning asking somebody who specializes in large body counts to try and take out a single individual.
Well,
I deal in collateral damage.
He is certainly a single individual. I'm sure if you drop something heavy on him, I'm sure that'll begin with that.
That's not really. I'm more of a spooky action at a distance kind of person, but what he said still stands, though. You will have to tell us something, especially if we're expected to create essentially an information black hole surrounding an extremely high-profile assassination. I don't do jobs where I can't plan.
That's the thing here. I need to know more about my target. I have no problem with ending someone's life if it needs to be, but I would like to know my purpose behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Love this. Certainly you'll find it informative that in terms of what's going to be on the planet, as long as you're a bit clever about engagement, I'm sure it'll behoove you to be happy to know that there's certainly nobody in the system capable of standing up to you in direct individual confrontation. Perhaps if they were to mass up in open battle, you might not be able to withstand the entire garrison of the planet. So, of course, manage yourselves well there. And again, they don't know you're coming. And when I say unrest, I do mean that there is perhaps how you might say something of a civil war. It's just without some outside interference. The results are given, and that needs to change.
I see.
So are you having us assassinate this governor because what do you gain from this? You don't exactly seem like the kind of person that is taking a hard ideological side in a civil war, if you'll forgive my saying so. So what benefit do you get out of this?
Of course, as for that, certainly. Again, I can offer you the price I am offering, and to be clear, that price is, and he starts rattling off some numbers, names, stuff like that. And in short, in out of character terms, doing this for him will grant you 2 license levels at the completion of the mission, as opposed to the book standard single. And of course, certainly, sure you can now to certain that your heads have wrapped themselves around that. Certainly, I am getting more in currencies I value than I will be giving to you. So do not worry, I will be profiting.
Mm-hmm.
About that at all. I suppose there are 2 questions that I have to ask that I think are probably going to be important for everybody in the long run. One, how long are you giving us to decide whether we're assisting you?
I'm certain you do. I'm certain you'll need some time to discuss. So just contact me for let's say a couple of days or so, so that I can give you directions and brine some of the agents I have in place
Very well.
with the results of your decision.
Indeed, indeed. And the second question, which I think we've danced around, but I do have to ask directly. Considering the gracious thing you've done for us in granting us our violent mechanical freedom, what are you going to do if we choose to decline?
Well, I suppose I'll have to, of course, revise my initial expectations. But all things considered, unless I happen to find you truly terribly unprofessional or unacceptable or problematic, I don't really see any. I don't see any particular reason to make a problem of you after all. Even certainly, the lads. It can be said that you're lancers, but there's only five of you, and if you're inclined to make threats of yourselves, well, you can be gotten rid of.
Oh, I don't intend to do anything necessarily to raise a hand against you. I'm just understanding my options if we do not necessarily follow orders in assassinating a president. But thank you for your information.
Oh well, and of course, if you fail, don't don't expect to pay. If you can't do your end of the deal, I see no reason I should follow through on that.
Oh, don't worry.
That's
You might be underestimating how long I've been in the game of con artistry. I understand the gig and getting paid on the other side. It's I think how all of us operate. Novaya maybe notwithstanding, but thank you very much for the initial information. Sorry, there might be additional things for the briefing. I don't necessarily want to cut this conversation short if there are additional informations you need to provide. But at least we have a time limit now.
These other
Well-
agents in place, they your people or who are they?
Well, you'll meet them when the relevant time comes, if it comes.
All right. Okay, so so outside of you getting us there and a disguise, what exactly will you be offering us to help get this done?
Well, certainly you'll have. I cannot provide you unlimited parts and material. So keep that in mind. Try to make sure you don't get yourselves too banged up doing what you need to be doing. I can certainly make sure that again, like I can make sure that your arrival and establishment, you're not put under any undue scrutiny, perhaps as opportunistic mercenaries. Of course, plenty of those have been arriving. I doubt they'll object to another 4 or 5 more. And again, certainly when it comes to, of course, lay of the land, knowledge of a few people, maybe a few twisted arms in case you need to meet someone of influence and with who perhaps owes a few unpleasant favors in case you need to get somewhere or learn something important.
Nothing I'm not used to already. All right. And you said we had a couple of days to make our decision.
Yes, of course. I'm not I'm not some kind of barbarian. I'll give you time to.
And here's my next question.
Yeah.
Does this ship have a liquor cabinet?
Like he goes like, oh, I understand. I think I'll just be going with this. And like the screen like clicks off like a no signal, and then like Iron's like motion to his hand. Yeah, I got something for everybody else's use. Just don't be an asshole about taking stuff from it. But before you get any ideas about raiding that, that's fucking gamble. I don't want a goddamn thing to do with them, and I don't want you to have a goddamn thing to do with them either. But at least until recently, I didn't have a lot of options. What's it? Smokey. Yeah. I've been I've been talking with everybody, and a few people. I don't know if any of you have heard of station. Let's see,
Absidy.
give me a second. Number's kind of 68369. And like
Nice.
Nice.
roll if any of you like want to like recognize that it's certainly something you might have heard of. It's a little bit infamous in its own right, but it's kind of obscure. So just
Can I just, because I'm a criminal, can I just like, since that applies, I feel like it might be a good time to use one of my auto successes to just know what that is. It seems
yeah.
sketchy as hell and it's obscure. So I'm guessing it's probably something underhanded. So
68369 is arguably like one of the like minor centers of the black side of the universe. It's like most often occupied slash fought over slash like the center of government of um, any number of pirates, particularly the sort of pirates who might be able to like the kinds of pirates who might be able to like say knock over like a shipment that is being defended by IPSN if they band together and if a few of them if a few groups band together. Like these are the kind of people who like the union has to send battle groups in if they want to get rid of them, and in particular, 68369 is so placed that, especially being at war, the union absolutely cannot afford to spare the resources to bother.
we just found Space Libertalia, y'all.
Yep.
This is great.
Yes, end of the galaxy. Too much trouble to actually deal with. Yeah, what? Smokey, you guys want to go there?
Yeah, well, a few people obviously, prisoners. Everybody's got their strikes, and turns out one or two people here are from the Red Fence, and the the fucking Alexandros. They're at control of the station right now, and but they're a little overextended, and they've been getting in a lot of scraps with IPSN. So apparently, all else being equal, they should be fairly vulnerable if we drop into the station. You know, it'll be something like a pitched battle, but if I can knock them over, they put in a few good words. I'm sure you can get resupplied. We can all get our own pass out of here. Go where we're going. And
Alexandros, you said, is that the faction that's in charge of the 68369?
Alexandros. Let me go through that check.
I was just gonna ask what would I know about that group?
For this one, you are going to have to roll for.
That's okay.
Add skill triggers and background as appropriate.
Yeah, so that'll be, it's probably an investigate, but with an extra d6 because of my criminal background. 14 total.
All right. You know of the Alexandros as they are so named for their leader, who also calls themselves that. Over the time, it is both name and position. They've been going for about 30 years now. There have been 5 Alexandros.
Okay.
And their bread and butter is going after like military shipping, like mercenary supply trains, the odd exceptionally heavily armed merchant. And that's how they've built themselves up and expanded. you work for the Alexandros. You get weapons, you get mods, you get hot shit. Uh, hot stolen shit, but hot shit. And if you're enemies of the Alexandros, we're not. They're not throwing like fucking repurposed mind lasers at you. You're dealing with the actual weapon. It may be a little banged up, maybe it had to be hacked into functionality, but you know, real military shit.
Right.
Xavier looks at the rest of the group. We have a couple of days to think about this. We just got out of prison. I say we take this day to just get ourselves reacclimated with being outside of prison for a bit. Then we make our choice.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
We have got to not be in prison clothes.
That
Yeah.
would be preferable.
Would be
Like, they're not the worst, but orange is not. It's not good for any of our complexions.
What does she think is worse? That you know what? Never mind. I don't actually want to know. I'm gonna go try and find some normal clothes for
Catholic
a
school
second.
uniforms, clearly.
Oh, that hurts me on a deep, deep, deep level.
Irons wasn't kidding when he said that you don't like that he didn't have it on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically after kind of looking around for a bit, you basically got two options if you want to wear something other than what you came in with. That is to either try and talk engineering into lending you a couple of spare workman's jumpers, or to to commandeer a printer and try to see if you can get it to do something that you like, knowing that it is not really. It's definitely not going to be built for it.
Wait, hold on a second.
Probably make it happen.
There
fast.
is a clothes printer on this ship.
No.
Oh.
You think you could make it work if you were to get one of the prisoners, to get one of the printers, and maybe have at it. Printers tend to be even specialized printers tend to be fairly multi-purpose if you are inclined to jailbreak them and take a couple risks. But
I'm gonna look at Marlo.
I was gonna say that sounds like it'll go horrible, so let's do that.
Marlo, I am totally okay with worker jumpers. I can just cut them off mid-thigh and they would be super cute little shorts. However, I might need a third piece just to kind of even out. I have a fairly long torso. And I kind of like to cut, give a little dimension, and so, the whole, one piece thing just makes me look a little lanky.
Vea, how much do you know about fabrics?
So there are, I mean, we're in space, so probably everything is polyester, so it's all made from fossil fuels from planets.
No, there's still plenty of stuff growing, but a mech grade printer usually only deals in latex, durable materials.
A
don't
latex,
think
could you imagine a red latex jacket on top of this jumper?
What I can imagine is that latex doesn't wear well and it doesn't breathe.
It's fine if you have lotion.
Because this ship, this second-hand freighter that just participated in a prison break, has lotion on board.
Yes, because look at all of these engineers. Engineers absolutely need lotion, okay? I know I am an engineer, thank you. Because our hands will get callous, and the thing is that if you're going to, get handsy with somebody, you don't want callous hands, because engineers also fuck.
I could make some comments, but I think we're gonna spare all of us some time here.
Yeah.
I can
If you don't want to do it, it's fine. I understand. I will just,
no no
cut
no.
the.
I will make an attempt to jailbreak a mech grade printer. Just understand what this thing produces may not be what can be considered by any imagination clothing.
You have a very limited imagination.
I think I'm gonna go take my chances with
Is
some
the
of
Irons who is, like, still in the room,
engineer.
like, I'm gonna go find me
coveralls.
some engineer
Yep.
clothes.
Yep, Xavier, let's go find some engineer clothes.
Engineer
Julian, you
clothing
coming?
does
You
sound
coming
good.
with us?
You coming, Julian?
That sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah, yeah,
I was,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
considering for a small period of time the ability to go and turn, any kind of thin, flexible material could probably be turned into effective ponchoing. But let's leave that
True.
for a day that we didn't do a jailbreak, because
That is.
I
We don't have to
totally
do it
agree
now.
with Xavier's
But
obtaining of alcohol.
But by jailbreaking is just going to continue on. So let me try.
Yeah,
and
the
find a
thematics
printer.
not
Yeah.
lost on me.
Love it. No invisible laundry cart this time. But...
No. At this point, it's pretty much like most of the. Okay, I've got either A, fellow prisoners who owe me a solid, or B, this poor ship's crew, in which case I'm just going to look at them and go, I'm supposed to be dead. I can make your reactor go up like that.
Well, you
Yeah,
have to
my
bring
way.
the mood
But
down.
if you want to like go and like try to get one of these printers like to make this attempt with it's not too hard like to like get access to it. Like some of the crew makes like token attempts at like, but no, you can't do that. But like you get the distinct impression that like they're kind of scared of you. Like to be clear, like you don't think you've been like recognized, but like they know that, but like they know like where you all came from, and like kind of hard shit. They're intimidated. So like even like a couple of like making like half-hearted attempts, like then like maybe like a few prisoners like kind of like start looking over, like coming over, like they don't stop you. They just kind of like stand back and like watch.
I'm commandeering this printer. This printer's name is now Buddy. He is my buddy. He will do my work.
All right. So that is going to be a dice roll. It's going to be here. I'm going to say that it is risky. Like if you do not succeed, you're going to
spending a crit.
Worth it.
So,
for fan art, it's worth it.
yeah, like you take some time to get down in it, like for like a little bit, like you can hear like in the background like some of the like engineers who are like watching you do this like are still protesting, and then like after a while like you see them like kind of get quiet, and if you get to like the feeling like look back, like you see like a couple of them are actually like taking notes, like they're just watching this happen now. And as you like go at it, kind of like rewire a little bit here, reprogram this, move that around.
As that's happening, Nevaeh is just like giving you her measurements.
Not paying attention. I am probably not only programming, but I actually do have engineer as one of my talents. So I am probably like elbow deep in this printer.
Yeah, like you were working on this, and eventually like it gets to the point where like you actually like do have to like think back and like make it like it takes a couple to like realize like that you definitely like you need something that you don't have, and like you're about to make the request, and like one of the engineers just hands you it, they're just basically like as much a part of this as you are now, and like yeah, you get at it, like modify it, and you have like uncomplicatedly created what you want, and like it will like if genuine high fashion is what you have in mind, it will not do that, but it can give you articles of clothing,
Um, I,
actual wearable clothing, even.
it
Cool
might
with
do
that.
wearable clothing, but it's
Yeah.
not going to do wearable clothing first because the first thing it's going to do is um, print a set of kinky boots. I'm going for red latex, past the knee.
You got to test it out with something.
Yeah. The like at least a 3-inch platform, solid, um, red latex boot. We're going to get a pair of these because this amuses me. I've also been in prison for years.
There you have your kinky boots.
Oh, okay. Well,
We
are,
will
are
refer to you as Job One.
I now have to ask what the shoe size is on these boots, and is Marlo going to wear said boots? Because don't make shit you ain't gonna wear.
No. I used Nevaeh's test size. No, red's easier to do with this printer. Mine will have to be black. Um,
Okay.
You see like a couple like the engineers like clap like at the actual like success, like the prisoners who are like also watching and like who have kind of like relaxed now that like it is obvious that like the engineers aren't like fucking with you or anything. Like they're kind of like confused, like they barely knew what you were doing in the first place and don't see what the big deal is.
there we go. So now with some coding, an unfortunate amount of coding, one can make clothes. I'm going to go and drink so my coding brain goes away. I will come back to code tomorrow. There, you have boots.
You're not gonna try and reach the Balmer Peak before 3D printing us a shitload of latex bodysuits.
Latex cat suits.
Oh, God.
God has come here on the first day. He reprogrammed everything and made the kinky boot. God is going to go and take a siesta. Day 2 is to print actual clothes. On day 3 is cat suits.
Okay, that is totally fine because that'll give me time to find like some needles and some thread so that I can use my prison uniforms as lining for inside of the clothes.
Lining's extra math.
Oh, that's
Extra
fine.
math
I'll do
requires
it.
extra booze.
No. I was gonna. You just print it out, and I was gonna manually do it myself. I like doing things with my hands.
Sure.
But we're going to drink. Okay. Like.
Yeah. Oh, for real. I guess printing the panels is quite sensible.
Totally.
I just noticed the chat asking if it can make scrunchies. Hell yeah, it can.
Better make scrunchies.
It's
can-
pretty
you can
easy
get-
to make scrunchies. If we can make functional shoes, it can definitely make scrunchies.
I can print elastic now.
That would be so
That is
easy.
both a threat and a promise.
Perfect.
My God.
Oh boy.
So about our engineering jumpsuit.
Oh yeah, Xavier like finds like the locker where all the engineering jumpsuits are at, and he puts one on like because he doesn't not want to look at this prison uniform anymore. He doesn't want to look at it.
Yeah.
So he just grabs an engineer jumpsuit, puts it on, and he like ties the top because it's a jumpsuit. He ties like the sleeves around his waist, so he still has like a black undershirt underneath it, but it's because the top is very restricting on him.
Well, yeah, it's they're ill fitting in like in both cases in kind of various ways because like they're not these were not for you.
Also,
But,
because I'm a big boy, also.
But yeah, like as like you also like see like there are like a few other prisoners who had like basically the same idea and like the engineers are they're just kind of resigned to it because like
Oh no, the prisoners
again,
copied me.
they're
They were the ones who copied me.
yeah again like
Talking
they're
about like they designed. No, the prisoners copied me first. Is what happened.
Our matching
again,
waist
they're
tie
scared, like,
jumpsuit
again like
uniform.
the engineers like they are scared of you people, like they don't.
Yeah, I'll do the same, but I'm also just gonna take off whatever identifying markings on the suit are. If it's like, I'm an engineer on such and such ship, because
Oh yeah, that too.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't
No, these are-
officially work for this guy right now.
These are approximately as generic as
Cool.
as like engineering jumpsuits get, because
Cool.
like although Irons objects to it, like yeah no this is like this is second hand, like for
Cool.
second hand he's doing all right, but this is second hand for sure.
There are so many pockets in this. I miss pockets.
Drinking
about
now.
that liquor cabinet.
Yeah, about that liquor cabinet. Where is it at? Where's
Yeah,
the liquor
Xavier.
cabinet?
Yeah, okay, so yeah, this time the engineers like they're starting like to realize that like that like you know they can't they're pretty sure they can't fight you, but they also don't want to let you drink everything they need to live here too. So like instead they've kind of like by the time you like get there, like they've kind of like set up like a kind of an impromptu bar, like you know engineers serving drinks.
I go behind the bar and I mix.
They will resist. They will actually resist you.
Oh, really? Okay.
They are willing to serve you a drink, and like whatever your specifications are, they could probably comply.
Oh,
but they're not
I will,
willing to let you just take what you.
Could we just have a
I will
arm
ask
wrestling?
them. Yeah, I'll ask them. Like, I understand you don't want me behind this bar, but I'm actually very comfortable at making my own drinks, and I'll be even more than happy to serve you all gentlemen some drinks too.
Okay, yeah, they're resist because they.
And I like to use charm.
Yeah, because they are resistant to the suggestion. This will be a dice roll. Apply skill triggers and background as relevant.
Wait, what? Each one. There you go. Ooh, that's a pretty good roll, actually. 15.
All right, so yeah, you go back and forth them for a little bit. Eventually, like you know, maybe you take over the bar for a second, like you know, like pour a couple drinks, like show that you're actually fine.
Oh yeah.
Kind of they relax, like you know you're a big guy, but you're also not like physically threatening them. So like they kind of cool down after a little bit, and like eventually like yeah, now they let you make you drinks.
I move behind the bar and I tell those guys like I need you gentlemen just to sit down at the bar, take a load off. I just got out of prison and I would like to do something that gives me some joy if you don't mind. And he goes behind the bar and he'll make the two guys that walked out that he took the bar from, he will make them with what he has the best old fashioned they have ever had in their entire life.
Nice.
Yeah, and this like it's pretty like I feel like take it like slow around a little bit, take their time. Like they seem to have like you know perhaps unexpectedly like some experience with mixed drinks and cocktails, and like they nod appreciatively, like relax a little bit, like they're go on fine, take a little bit of tension that is still in the room, like seem to kind of like relax, like they start like chatting with a person who's kind of sitting nearby, like it's fine, everything's
I motion for the rest to cut join over at the bar.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I'd be there.
Yes.
Now, I think, first of all, let me ask each one of you, what can I make you? Second, we need to discuss this offer that was placed in front of us. Now, I can understand why this may be a little bit unnerving to handle because we just got out of jail, but especially with the very suspicious gentleman that is offering this job. But what other choice do we have right now?
My accounts were all frozen. I have no idea where they went, so I'm definitely gonna need money.
And I will just note, like for the record, although it like wasn't like super clear when it came up, like assuming you go with Smokey's job, like you will gain like a regular license level after going in taking that side in the gang war and doing your bit. Like you will profit either way, but you will profit more if you're willing to go in for some regime change.
I'm struggling a lot with the idea of assisting a shift in regime, mostly because the motivations behind that are unfortunately somewhat unknown to me, both in and out of character. I guess this means I should read the lore of this game at some point, huh?
Oh
But
no, it's fine. It's fine. You if you think back, you realize he was very deliberately not telling you what you wanted to know,
Yeah,
just that he would get things, just that he would get something out of it.
I
yeah,
kind of got
which,
that
like,
impression
no,
too.
absolutely not. Or at least to address that in character. Yeah, as evident as you know, my previous career before being a long-term prison inmate was in con artistry. Usually incredibly rich CEOs of mega corporations, and that is definitely something of a regime change, but bloodshed is usually not part of the plan. That would usually mean that we've failed whatever con we were trying to do. So murder isn't really what I am in for most of the time, or at all, really, if it can be helped. Uh, I suppose under both cases, bloodshed is going to be part of the process, but at least in a gang war, you can dismantle a gang in more ways than having to destroy the internet for part of the galaxy.
Mr. Grin,
Hmm.
one, has money. Two, doesn't seem to know his ass from a hole in the ground when it comes to Op 4. We got absolutely no intel. I do not like working on no information. Information is how you blow up ships. All we got was a name, a destabilized planet, and a pipe dream list. And
With a time limit as well, unfortunately.
also with a guarantee of Union reprisal.
Hmm.
Yep.
That is unacceptable.
Exactly. The fact that we're not getting a lot of information about that has me very nervous. As Marlo said, I'm much in the same camp. I don't like to do anything half-assed, either whole ass or nothing at all. As he pours out everyone's, like he sets out everyone's drinks perfectly with the proper like serving and everything. And
Amazing.
depending on what drink you have, like you even have like that perfectly chiseled round globe of ice if you have like a highball glass.
It was totally a Cosmo.
I
Of
figured as
course.
much. I assumed as much.
A whiskey sour with whatever passes for chicken eggs 5,000 years in the future in space.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Collins, 2 cherries.
Yeah, I guess it's probably going to be a Godfather. Like it looks serious, but is actually sweeter if you actually try to drink it. But yeah.
And if the drink he serves you all is delicious.
So good. Thank you.
Now, we know we're going in this half-assed. That's pretty much been stated by this guy who's hiring us. And like I said, we do not like to handle anything half-assed, but we don't have many other options. Who knows what he said? He could kill us, or he could just send us right back to the prison we came out of.
Exactly.
So, question: if we take this, do we want to assassinate first, or do we want to turn the grid off first?
Therein lies the problem.
Alternatively, no, go ahead, Marlo.
One, I don't think we take the job. Two, I think we go and we help the prisoners. Taking over a station's not something new to me. I grew up on Rhapsody. A similar situation on another ass end of the galaxy. Good noodles though. Regime change in that sense is quick, cleaner than a war, because no one wants to wreck the station. So it's a mixture of, do they have access to a printer? Do they have suits? Cool. They go outside the station, wreck each other's shit, and then usually there might be some holdouts, and it's tight corridors and small arms fire. But it's cleaner, it's clearer, and when the dust settles, usually there's not too many grudges being held. People go their own way, station life resumes, things turn back to normal in about 3 months.
Plan. And obviously, most conflicts are fought using and over resources. We ourselves are lacking in resources, and a space station with a smaller scale squabble than intergalactic warfare is going to be primed with things that could get us back on our feet. Call it a finder's fee if you need to, which is much more in my wheelhouse in terms of operations. So, I agree with your plan, Marlowe, in terms of investigating that. We go and stop the war with subterfuge on the inside, leave with the resources that they would use to do petty pillow fights out in deep space.
Glad someone came up with this idea. Then someone came up with this idea because honestly, I was hoping we'd go this route also.
Same. I don't like jobs that bring a huge amount of visibility, or if they are visible, it comes after I'm long gone.
Sorry, we're not going to be in a position to deny your old drinking buddy's Instagram, Nivea.
I mean, that's like fine.
Reference.
They were definitely like superficial friends. I don't have like real friends, except you guys, of course. So whatever you want to do, like I'm cool. I'm down. I am down to get down. Let's do it.
Also, planetary defense forces have lots and lots of guns. They
Mm-hmm.
may not be high quality guns,
There's
but
still a
they've
lot
got
of them.
volume.
Yep.
We might be dealing with higher quality and dealing with, well, pirates.
And there may be a couple of ancient lancers on their side also. Don't
Mhm.
forget that.
Yeah.
There might also be some of the people that I work with hanging out there, though.
Well, that's something we can.
We need somebody on the inside.
Ah, old friends that you actually maintain a positive relationship with. That's actually kind of rare in present company.
But also, I don't know about the rest of you, but I was in there a while. I don't know what the world looks like outside of the cell.
Same.
Yeah.
Getting on the station means we have access to the OmniNet on a far more reliable channel than what this old beater can handle. It also gives us a place to hang a hat and, actually breathe. So I think we need to get our feet under ourselves and then we can be ambitious. But right now, I just want to find a place that has a decent enough shower and a couch I can curl up on.
Why
Real
settle for
water.
a couch when you can have like a hammock made of memory foam?
I'm a very simple creature when
Okay.
it comes to comforts. I spend most of my money and time on more esoteric pursuits.
More tech, huh?
More tech equals more life.
Oh, you're cyberized?
He pulls back the collar, and there's just a series of ports going all along the neck. 10% away from being considered an android.
Ooh.
Yeah. I
Which is
I suppose
legally very important. You
can't
will
go full robot.
yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, everybody will
Yeah.
be aware that attempting to achieve immortality through fully roboticizing yourself is illegal by word of the possibly God that took Deimos. Nobody knows what happens if you break it.
Yep.
Well, then it's settled. We get ourselves a place to hang up our hats, and we move on to bigger jobs.
I wonder what kind of hat we're
Oh,
gonna get.
I knew she was going to say that.
Just slowly
I chuckle and
drains the drink.
I give a little bit of a chuckle because that was actually, I get that it's Navia's like way of thinking, but that was actually very funny. And he slides her a refill on her drink.
Thank you.
Yeah, Marlowe drains the Tom Collins through the all cherry red straw, and then pulls back. First hats getting made are flat caps.
I can make it work.
Sure. But yeah, no, good drink, thank you. Now I'm going to go and bully someone to get into some sort of bed-like state, because I want to sleep now.
Same.
Yeah, you're able to find rooms for you. Because like this is a decently sized ship. It's relatively speaking, it's kind of manned by a skeleton crew, and you were expected, so you've got rooms. Prisoners kind of don't, but it's, at least for the time being, they seem to be making do with like pretty like well grace, especially like this. After I think like everybody like wakes up and like presses up and all that, you notify the captain of your decision, and word spreads, and like certainly the pirates are happy, and the other prisoners like they feel kind of like you are choosing to side with them, so they're happy with that, and Irons is also happy because he as you might suspect he does not like gamble Grin, and that's good, and at least for the time being more than good enough for him.
We're going to have to talk a little bit more about gamble in the future, Irons. It seems like you have a personal bone to pick, and I am very interested in hearing stories from outside of the prison these days. Goodness knows why.
Yeah, well, we'll have time. Yeah, well, once we wait, give me a second. Yeah, yeah. Wait, 7 Alpha, and like there's like there's like silence. No, we can fuck. Okay, yeah. Hey, yeah, fucking station, destination, station, 68369. And you find like, and then like after like a couple more seconds, sound here like you hear like in like robotic voice like acknowledged. And then like you see him like throw like a middle finger at like what you think it like what is like a camera, and like it turns away from him, and like it turns away from him. Like, yeah, cool. And like yeah, and like that's fucking shit, AI 7 Alpha. I mean, well, say AI proper in HP, so the show due respect there. Doesn't like talking.
But still, you seem to have a strong bond between the two of you, and ship camaraderie is all the more important in situations like these, huh?
Yeah, fuck you too. Yeah. Anyway, we'll have a couple days. Engineering staff. You can talk to them for figuring out repairs. I know we got enough here to fix up what you got banged up, and probably put in some upgrades besides. So, yeah, and in the meantime, I guess you might want to talk to those red fin guys. I guess about their shit. Maybe they know something. Maybe they know something. I don't know. I don't do fucking. Kind of like wanders off, and like still like adjust like having to like adjust his jacket like a little bit as he walks, because like he keeps on wanting to slide off his shoulders. You like basically like you've got like a couple days of time, like if you have anything you like want to do like on the ship, to talk to people, like to put stuff together. If you want to do any of that, like please inform me. Otherwise, I'm going to we're going to skip forward to you arriving, like not in orbit exactly, but like kind of like in system, like starting like to head towards the station, and you see, like as you jump in, like you see like there's like relatively speaking, there's a lot of debris out here. Like it's not like incredibly hazardous. It's not like jumping into like battle that just ended, but like there have been just a lot of fights and like it's picked clean, so like none of this debris seems valuable unless you just really need some fucking junk metal. But like there's been a lot of fights going out here, and like depending on like if you're like hanging out with the prisoners or not, as they're like watching this, like you see even like some like the marked red things seem a little like they expect some shit, they didn't expect this, and you see like as you're coming in, you see like a ship, like of like all the ships around the station, you see like a fairly like well armed like patrol boat, like a couple patrol boats like keel off and like start to and like kind of like circle a little bit, like launch you up, like you get like a brief scan, see like a brief scan, and then like you get like but yeah. Ah, these we're at the Alexandros. Fuck are you? And you see like Iron just spawned, like yeah, Irons, Captain. This is my ship, 7 Alpha. We're here to rest up, resupply, drop off the people. Problem. And then then like they kind of like they circle around a couple more, like obviously just trying to like make you feel uncomfortable. Like and then like after a while like go off like, and not with those fucking guns, loser. Probably bro popping an asteroid. And then like and then like they click off, like head back to the station, and you're free to you're free to approach. Iron grumbling the whole way about not getting any goddamn respect. And I think in the session here for today, as you all dock and prepare to step off. So that's
Right.
session 2 of Shades of Tartarus, and I think we've got some outros to get rocking.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming and showing up today. It was very appreciative. We'll be live back on the channel tomorrow with the finale of our Emberwind campaign, The Skies of Axios, at 10 a.m. PST. So be sure to tune into that. And that is the last game of the week, as we don't have Dragon Age this weekend. And so tomorrow, catch us back here on Wednesday as we start all over again after I've slept for 3 days. So that's how the schedule works. But everyone else going in the opposite direction that we did our intros, tell us where we can find you on the internet, what you doing, all that good stuff.
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World on Twitter, Pope World on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. If you want to see more of this ridiculous face, you get a number of opportunities. Every other Sunday, so not this Sunday, over on Matev 7's channel, we get down with Neon over on Masks Sunset City. Things are at a fever pitch. Do not miss the next episode. Then on Wednesdays, it's time for a double feature. First, over on Follow Black Cats, I get to play someone almost as awful as Marlowe, where I play Sherlock on Hexcrawl, the spy game. That is at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then over on Penny for Tale at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. They saw fit to let me run a game of Song of Ice and Fire as the Brotherhood of Shadows story kicks off. Last we left our crew of crows north of the wall, they had been tracking a group of dire wolves that had been acting quite strange. Found a little clearing, a little cabin in the woods, if you will, with a light that seemed far too intelligent. They're probably all going to die. Tune in. And then don't miss out. Come back round the horn. Do not miss as we come back next Friday here for what's probably going to be an interesting fight. And I'm going to find out whether or not that station has noodles whilst wearing new clothes and maybe a kinky boot.
A single boot.
One single kinky boot. One single kinky boot. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Wally. You can find me on Twitter at Wally132, WALLE132, much like the cute little Disney robot. Oh boy, what am I doing this coming week? Well, let's see. First of all, Monday. Oh no, first Sunday. I do believe I'm in a one shot this week. I don't remember, but we'll double check on that. Monday though, Monday I will be over at Colonomicon playing A State. It will be our game of A State. So excited to play this. This is a game that spawned from a one shot, and it is now a mini series. So, boom, that's gonna be a lot of fun. After that, I have nothing else for the rest of the week until Friday. You will see me here again at 2 p.m. playing Lancer, but then after that, at 8 p.m. that same Friday, going to the next 4 Fridays, I'll be over at No Medic playing some Starfinder. We're doing a game we worked on called Ursa Majors, which is a Starfinder mini game where we're all playing bears. We're all playing the awakened bear race from Starfinder. And it's this deep, like, epic journey. We're trying to find out why all the bears in space became awakened and sentient creatures. So that is going to be a lot of fun. The cast was announced this week. I cannot wait for you guys to see the hard work we put into this. And then Sunday, I will be back here that next Sunday playing Mask over at Metav 7 over at the Killer DM with my love friend over here, Pope. And it's so much fun, y'all. We are going through some stuff.
Hey everybody, I'm Anna at Nymeria941, most places on the internet where I care to be found. Today is my double header stream day, so if you want to watch more of my face, but with different costume, makeup, setting, everything, I'm going to be playing in Beyond the Twilight Road, which is a Zweihander game that is dark fantasy fae bullshit over on Critical Misses. That starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I always have to do the math in my head, and I'm paranoid that I'm going to get it wrong. Same thing on Monday, as Wally mentioned. I also play in the game of Estate on Colonomicon's channel. I cannot wait. This is our finally long anticipated premiere that's finally happening. It's happening. It's going to be so fantastic. That's everything that I have going on currently. Upcoming next month, though, I will be GMing a game of Parslings over on Weave the Tale, which is a really cool game that is about people that have like these ink-based word parasites living in their brains and sort of kind of controlling their minds. So if that sounds interesting to you, come hang out and watch that. That's going to be starting in like late or mid to late February, plus a couple of other things. Secrets and plans.
Hello. I am the monster that rends flesh with immaculately painted nails, Nathan Blades. Thank you for tuning in to this stream. You can find me at the Neon Caster on Twitch, where we stream both tabletop RPGs and a wide variety of cyberpunk and urban fantasy video games. The next time you will be seeing me on the internet is on Sunday, on the Arvan Ellerin channel, playing Sound Clash with Brandon O'Brien, a Blades in the Dark, a Forged in the Dark game that he has designed himself. It is cool as heck. Give him a follow on Twitter, put in the Twitch doobly-doo. I myself make tabletop RPGs, and you can find them at sixofspades.itch.io. The most recent one being Heartbeats in Perfect Sync, which is a tabletop RPG inspired by the likes of The World Ends With You, Kingdom Hearts, and A Night in Birth, where you fight the darkness in people's hearts using giant weapons summoned from your smartphone. Coming up on my channel next week, Saturday, so the 6th of February, we'll be playing through Scott Pilgrim, the video game. We were trying to play that, I think, last week, and there was horrendous connection issues on Ubisoft's side, not mine. Definitely not mine. Oh, no. And later on, we'll be doing the final session of Arcanacore, which is an RPG run in both City of Mist and Void Heart Symphony, using 2 systems at once because I am that bitch. Inspired by the Persona series of video games. It's going to be rad. That's all from me for now.
And finally, there's me, your Obadiah, your Mech Master, and if you want to find me elsewhere, you can see me again on this channel with Revenge of the Gift, which runs on Wednesdays. And of course, always you can find me here running Lancer. But if you want to find me elsewhere, check me out on Twitter at Jossadison. That's JOSADISON. And perhaps every now and then you might even see me on Twitch streaming action games at twitch.tv/Shinalby. So give me that follow and watch your notifications.
All right, everyone. Thank you again, and we are going to raid Raven. That group, it looks like, is playing Behind the Wall, which just I think it's Monster of the Week. So we're gonna do that. Everybody wave. Bye. We're leaving you, and now we're raiding. Dope. Now I'm